Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi, my name is Nurul alias Binti Fauzi, and welcome to my FYP presentation. For the title is Factor Affecting Productivity of Occupant on Green Building in Selangor. My student ID is 2020899846 and my subcode is RES65560 and 20, and I have been supervised by Puan Nur Adibah bin Muhammad Arif. As I said before, my thesis related to the productivity of the occupants on green building. I chose green building as my case study to analyze the occupants' productivity rate. Let's start with the introduction of the research. Green buildings are designed to reduce negative impact on the environment while increasing the occupant health. It is also the key to moving forward to going green is challenging all the parties, including governments, owners, designers, and contractors, who need to embrace the concept to make it work. In Malaysia, green building concept has been national focus for many years. The work and effort to step toward green buildings movement has been started to ensure the better quality of the life. The green building movement attempting to address IEQ and employees' health concern by providing healthier building environment. The process of identifying and attracting appropriate talents in companies require recruitment of many consultants to reach a high level of productivity of the employees. However, choosing appropriate talent is not the only factor of reaching high quality productivity. Preparing a proper workplace to support, assist, and motivate workers is a main factor that cannot be omitted. Therefore, to reach the high performance of the workplace and better productivity, the causes of the air can be contribute to an unhealthy work environment, and poor in the air quality need to be avoided because can cause the occupant to fall ill, also reduce the productivity of the business. The objective of the research is, the first one is to identify all the selected green building which is located in Selangor. The second one is to identifying the productivity rates of the occupant on green building in Selangor. And the last one is to identify the factor that lead on affecting the productivity and performance at the workplace in green building office. This study obtained the data from the selected occupant to occupant. After analyzing the data, the accurate productivity, either grow or bad performance, will be seen as the result. This research will identify the factor affecting the productivity and the productivity rates of the occupants' green building in Selangor. Study also will explain on how the data was collected. There are two phases of the data collected, which is, for the first one is using the collection of the secondary data, while the second one is collection of the primary data. Next is data analysis, which is after the study has been successful gathered all the information that is needed. The data has been collected and will be analyzed using quantitative method. Data analysis of quantitative will be approached at this research. Result and finding will be discovered regarding to the productivity of the occupants on the green building in Selangor through the form of the result from the SPSS software of sample collected based on the questionnaire given. Demographic analysis is an analysis about the data has been surveyed, have collected from the occupant information such as gender of the occupants, the average age of the occupant, occupation of the occupant, and the last one, the sector of the occupation of the occupants. Female get the highest response, which is 58%, and the years of the occupants is 31 year to 40 30 years, the highest which answer the questionnaires is employees with which is consist 70%, and it's from private sector which is 61%. The first factor of the frequency analysis in section B is internal air quality. The highest mean of this section is the quality of the indoor at the open space, which is the mean is 4.00. For the next factors is thermal comfort, and the highest rank of this factor is level of temperature at the workplace area, which is the mean is 4.45. The third factor is noise and acoustic, and the highest mean of this factor is from the noise levels from people and surrounding, which is the mean is 4.42, is the highest rank of this factor. For the last factor of this section is lighting efficiency, and the highest rank of this factor is quality of natural lighting in the building, with the mean is 4.45. The average of the frequency analysis is the internal quality consists of strongly agree with 23 of the total of respondents, and thermal comfort strongly agree, which is 20, and the noise and acoustic only agree, which is 60, and the lighting efficiency vote for strongly agree with the 19th from the respondent. This study conducted to fulfill the objective, which is this research successful identify all the selected green building, whether public or private sector. This research successful gains the analysis of the productivity rates of the occupants on green building in Selangor. The respondent strongly agrees with the thermal comfort and lighting, which is the highest mean that lead to the factor of the affecting the productivity of the occupants. This research successfully identified the factor that leads to the productivity of the occupants on green buildings. This was 5 factors, which is thermal comfort, lighting, noise, air quality, and the last one is layout of the office management. This study explored the factor that affecting the productivity of the occupant. There are several factors that affecting which is indoor air quality, thermal quality, office layout management, noise and acoustic, and the last one is lighting efficiency. All of these factors usually apply at the green building. The limitation has become the obstacles of the researcher from carrying out the research. For example, the respondents' participation in these studies is essential to achieving the study goals. Since the research respondents was occupant in green building, some of them were unable to cooperate and take part in the study due to the restriction imposed to their employer. For the recommendations of this research, it suggests the future researcher figure out more information on the criteria that are needed to implement on human behavior and factor affecting. So, research could understand each factor and the findings of the solutions.